Welcome to the 90th hole. This is our second game of golf at 13th Beach. Today we played the Creek Golf Course.
Yep.
Man, we have been spoiled in the last 2 weeks with this course.
Yeah, 13th Beach is unbelievable. The whole precinct, and there's a short course I can only imagine. Is just as good. But you know, it is fantastic. The Creek course it's good. It's not as tough as the beach course. There's a lot more signature hole on the beach course where you could rock up and just go, wow, this could be a signature. Oh my God, look at this hole. Yeah. There's a lot of times, I was saying to the guy in the rooms and in the pro shop, there's a lot of times like I'd get the rangefinder out and see a bunker and go, it's 220 away, 230 away. That's right, I'm not going to hit her in the wind anyway, so I just tow it with my driver. Yeah. Where on the beach course, you wouldn't have been able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I found it, like, for me personally, the beach course is a better course. Yeah. Which is strange for me, because generally I like the sort of Augusta style, that manicured with water and trees and all that sort of stuff. I like that kind of course.
It wasn't very tight though.
No, there was more space. I think I said in the review, I think it's designed for members to be able to go, okay, I want to experience one of the best golf courses in the country. Yeah. Great, you can go play that. But if you're struggling, go play the other course. Yeah, it's a little bit more forgiving.
And you look at it, I mean, the Creek course is I think it's in the mid to high 30s in Australia.
It's still amazing.
Which is awesome. And the beach course is mid 20s. Yeah. You know, so just and the in between, the courses that are in between those are like some of the best courses you'll ever look at. Yeah. So
there's a lot of places in that course where it can really bite you in the arse.
Oh yeah, like like that one. Yeah, there's a massive tree. And I'm like, righto, if you aim to the left of the tree, if it wasn't the headwind, I reckon my shot would have been fine because I aimed at the tree. I reckon the wind just pushed it to the right. And I had 6 craters in front of me to hit over. And the pin was like that far on. And I was just like, and you topped yours, hit it over and almost leaned into the water, and let it just shy the green and part of the hole. I'm like,
yeah, that's golf, isn't it? I just love that there's a lot of holes that really sort of tempt you. Yeah. Like, there was one where, it was at par 5, where I split the middle between the bunkers and the water. And in all logic, I probably shouldn't hit a driver there. I should have walked up that tee and gone, right, here's a hybrid or a 3-wood and land short, because the risk there was super high. Yeah. But it almost lulls you into go, oh, you'll be fine, there's more space there. And then you get up there and you go, there wasn't a lot of space there.
No, we had a slight crosswind. If it was a downwind, definitely you'd have a crack because you'd fly those bunkers for sure. Yeah, I mean, as you knew, you flew the bunkers anyway.
Yeah, I went around them. Yeah.
The water, unless you can absolutely bomb it, you're gonna struggle. But I mean, it's designed for the big hitters, that hole. Yeah. If you can hit your drives 280, 300, you're gonna cream it around that corner every day.
I found the fairways were in better nick.
The fairways are immaculate.
They were just it was a different type of grass, but they were a bit spongier, a bit nicer to hit off of, and you were always guaranteed to get yourself a nice lie, no matter where you put it. Yeah. Especially when you pick up out of the trees and put it on the tee.
That didn't happen much, actually. I actually think we've done that once or twice today. But no, it was it's. I'm stoked that I've got the opportunity. When we started Treadham, 2 years ago, I said to you, one of the first things I said to you is I want to play golf at 13th Beach. Yeah. I can't wait to play 13th. I always said I can't wait. The only one I'm hanging for now is Bowen Heads. So if anyone knows anyone from Bowen Heads, get us on there.
Get us on.
And Anglesey. We want to do a review of Bowen Heads and Anglesey, and we've done the Peninsula then, and we can literally sit down and go, which one of these courses do we find the best for us
what's
and
one,
you
what's
guys?
One we haven't played in the town?
Bowen Valley.
Bowen Valley.
Yeah, so 3 courses down here.
Yeah.
And Torquay.
And it was interesting because you were talking to the guy inside about the courses on the other side of the bay on the morning.
Yeah, well, he's from that side. So,
and there's so many down there that we were just talking about last night. Like
we could go down to Portsea and stay down there for a month.
Yeah, St Andrews Beach,
play Flinders, every second day down there, different course.
But this is the thing, like so. As you know, we used to play every course in Australia, and we love country courses. We love getting out to country courses. So we kind of like to save some of these courses for every now and then, and get out in the country and on the road, not play them all at once.
No, we're actually looking at going up. Oh, we've got a couple of things in mind. We're looking at going up towards the border and playing some courses up there. Yep. And we're also looking at going up towards Port Douglas way and maybe trying to play a few resort. You're going to want to get away and do a golf trip away with your mates. We're going to try and get a destination like that out for you.
What do you got here for the beer of the week?
Got the Leishman Lager today.
Nice. Supporting locals.
Supporting Mark. Yeah, so I don't know how he goes, but we'll have a go and see what it's like.
Funny fact that I actually played golf against Mark Leishman in a tournament. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it before on the 9th hole, but when in the junior championships back at Port Fairy back when I was younger, he was playing it at the same time I was, and he was already a far better golfer than I was.
It's not hard.
Yes, thank you.
No, he's I've played around. Special. I played a game at Warrnambool one year. I think you might have moved up to Melbourne by that stage, maybe. Well, you were up here, and I played around there, and I thought I was playing quick, and this guy was in a cart playing a hell of a lot quicker than me, and I found out why.
Yeah,
he was just, and I think he was on his second round for the day. He said, from memory, or third, maybe third.
Yeah.
But he was just creaming. He teed off and went straight down the middle. The next one was on the green. I hadn't even got to my second shot, and he'd finished the hole and was gone. It was incredible.
Yeah, that reminds me of Sanctuary Lakes, and I won't mention the person's name because he wasn't supposed to be there, but there was an Australian cricketer playing golf on the golf course, driving around in the cart, and the speed at which he just walked up the tee, hey boys, walked up, went through us, whack, middle of the fairway, miles down there, off you go, back on the green, put it in, next hole, and he was just gone.
Yeah.
Like, just super fast. He would play that course in an hour and a half.
Oh, easily.
And just every shot pure. You're like,
yeah. It's just
some
like,
people just
suck.
have it. yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
We had a really interesting signature hole today, and we had 2 signature holes.
We did.
I actually quite liked that idea of, I picked a hole where I thought was really nice, and then Damien later on said, I want to do this hole, so check it out now. So we are back at 13th Beach, and this week we're at the Creek course. Now we're going to do it a little bit differently this week, so we couldn't decide on which hole was the signature hole, so I'm going to pick a hole, and Damien's going to pick a hole, and we're going to go shot for shot. This is the 362 metre par 4 8th. This is my hole. Got water down the left. Anyone who knows me knows I love water on a golf course. I don't like going in it, but I like water. So I'm going to keep my drive as far left as I can go, and then have a shot, hopefully, back at the green. I'll keep it left. That's what I wanted to do. It's probably a little too far left, but it should be all right.
Righto, so Trev had his tee shot. I'm on the 12th, little par 3, 129 metres. Not a lot, nice little green there. We've got Barwon Road there, but we have water. And well, as you know, we like courses, well, I don't know why, we just like courses with water on them.
Because it looks good.
So it's a very nice looking hole. It doesn't look like, the green looks like it's very swaley. So if I can just get this over the water, I'll be happy. It's going downwind. Sit down, sit down, sit down. All right, mate, I mean, get up, get up, get up. I actually thought that was going a bit short further than what I thought, but anyway, I'm up there. So Trevor's up next.
So Damien just measured out for me. I've got 145 metres to the pin. I really don't want to give that water a look in, so I'm going to go a 6 iron. I don't want to go left because there's a big bunker there, so you kind of want to set it up on the right hand side of the green and just let the breeze hopefully bring it back towards the hole. And if it doesn't, it's away from the bunker and away from the water. Well, I've gone that side of it, but very far to the right of it. Not in the water, it's not in the bunker.
I'm in 2 minds here whether I pitch this up or if I putt. It's pretty straightforward, just straight up a couple of hills. If I chip it, I've got a good chance of run over it. So I'm going to putt it. So we all know I'm not the best at chipping. I'm not the best at putting, but we'll see how we go. Settle, 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 settle. Oh, that's lucky. made it a little bit difficult for the next shot.
So I've safely avoided the water and the bunkers, so a fair bit further right than I wanted to be, but that's all right. A little bit of a tough shot because I've got a little swale in front of me here that will bring the ball back towards me, so I need to maybe just carry it a little bit past the hole. It gets there. Get in. Oh! So that nearly went in, but I've got a pretty challenging putt for par. Now I'm down the green, I can see there's actually a bit of slope back this way, so it was never actually going to stop. So I've done pretty well to end up where I was out of the rough. I took my glove off, so that's unusual for me. Get up, get up, get up. Oh, well, that's a bogey for me on a beautiful hole. Over to you, Damien.
Righto, so I hit that too hard, as you saw. So now I've got this downhill putt. And I hit this too hard, I ended up in the water down the bottom, so these greens, on both courses out here at 13th Beach, they're absolutely unbelievable greens. That's a bit soft, that. Didn't hit that very well. That's about right.
So that was a really cool little way to do something different with the signature holes, and let us know in the comments what you think of the two holes being sort of played side by side like that. Whenever there's water, there's risk in golf. Like it looks amazing, especially with the drone footage. I mean, it looks wicked with over water.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you've got water on your course, you know you're going to lose a few golf balls.
You know, if it's your course, you're going to find a few.
Yeah, extra wool if you want to go in the water.
Oh, yeah, you keep it filtered. You put one of those little fountains in, and that's how it it keeps it moving around. And you put some little goldfish or something in there.
Yeah.
And then all you got to do is go diving every once a year. And
I did see this thing going around on like Instagram or YouTube, whatever it was, and they're talking about side hustles, and people were saying, oh yeah, you just go to a local golf course and pinch a heap of balls out of the water, like go hunting for golf balls, and you get like 50 balls and sell them for like $2 or $3 each. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure most courses have like a scavenging rights for the pro shop where they have the right to do that, and the average person's not allowed to actually go out in the course and just go pinching golf balls.
Yeah, and maybe, I mean, I used to, when I was back in the old days when I was at a real job, and when I was doing the pest control, I used to have lunch and I'd park up, if I was out in the middle of the country or something, I'd park up at a golf course and I'd wait for no one around and I'd go for a walk through the trees.
Yeah.
And then I'd constantly find a heap of balls, and if it was a shit one, I'd throw it on the green. Or throw it in the middle of the fairway.
You don't know how long they've been sitting in the crap for, so they could,
yeah.
It could be, you might find, even if you find like a tail that's probably 1X or something like that, you don't know how good a nick it's in. Like, it could be stuffed, but it is a lot of fun going and find golf balls. Like
and they're good. I mean, I've got half a bucket of them at home, and I just, they're good balls, and no worries. Most of them I'll probably hit at a driving range somewhere.
Yeah.
Just fill up my bag of driving range, and I run out of the yellow balls that don't go very far. I'll pull out a white one that goes properly and start to tee up the driveway with those.
We did have it wasn't a normal How the F episode today, but I do want to show it over the top while we just talk about it now, because I had very little green to work with, and I pitched it over the top, and it hit the front of the bunker face,
and plugged.
It just stayed there.
Yeah, it was very soft.
It was like, I walked up to it, and I think Damien got footage from above, so you should be able to see that now, but I had no choice. Like, there was no way, like the lip sort of hung out over the top of the ball, so if I had tried to play forward, it would have just hit that and then gone back into the bunker.
I reckon you might have got it out if you hit it up high enough.
It was pretty, well, from where I was standing, the ball was here.
You would need to go up on that angle.
So the ball was here, and the lip was there, so the ball was actually below the lip.
Yeah, no, I reckon you would have done it.
So anyway, I played it out sideways, and it was kind of like, it was almost like experiencing what it was like for the players at the Scottish, what was it, St Andrews,
the British Open,
the British Open, where when they hit in those road hole bunkers, and they've got to hit out sideways
or backwards.
Yeah, that's kind of what I experienced today. So that was unique.
Yeah,
wasn't overly
the bunkers. Oh, jeez. Drove in the cart today, and I'm knackered. It's because I was driving the car. That's why. No, the bunkers here were wet. There must have been a lot of rain in between last week and this week, because the greens I noticed today were a little bit slower than last week.
Yeah.
The fairways are a little bit softer. But the bunkers were a little bit wetter and a little bit spongier, and you could hit out of one. Like I hit out of one in the fairway, and I hit a 100-metre pitching wedge out of there. And then the next time I couldn't even hit a sandwich 5 metres. And if it had been fluffed up, they got in there and someone had raked it, or they got in there with their machine and fluffed it up, it was wet, heavy sand, and it was, I just couldn't figure out a way to hit it out of there. I hit one out and into the next one.
I couldn't get a feel for the read of the greens today. I kept overhitting them, which is weird because like I said, we only played it last week, so I should have known that they were reasonably quick. And of course, like this, they're always pretty quick.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't get a feel for it. I just kept just whacking it too hard.
Yeah, I kept shanking. I just couldn't putt today. Last week was a lot better last week, but look, it's golf. I was driving a gem today. Like I hit probably 2 bad ones today. 3 if you count the one near the end. But I count that as tied, and I just pushed the ball left. I hooked it left a bit. But
yeah, I hit straight or sort of hooked to the left all day long until I get tired towards the end, last couple of holes, and then the slice comes out. I don't know why that is. Like, welcome back, my old friend.
even the ones that didn't hit that crash hard, they still went straight. Like the one I hit up that landed short of the water.
Yep.
It still went straight where it aimed. I mean, it was lucky it did do that because I was aiming to go over the water.
Yeah.
Bryson Ball would have been swimming in the water otherwise.
We do have to say a massive thank you to 13th Beach for letting us come out and play these 2 courses. They've been so accommodating for us. And I have seen some of the comments coming through from their first review coming out, and people saying things like, oh yeah, I did a weekend there and I absolutely loved it. And that's what this place is.
Yeah.
If you're lucky enough to live nearby or have the money to be able to come member, then by all means do it. But if you're like us and you want to have a couple of mates, come down, stay and play both courses, you will absolutely love it. It's not cheap, but it's not what you're here for. You're not here for a cheap course. You're here for an experienced course. And I can't recommend it higher. There's an awesome restaurant at the back there. There's a nice accommodation, and you're here for the golf and the grog, and it's got both.
And if you want, literally the beach is like just over the hill. 13th Beach is probably one of the
Bowen
best.
Heads.
One of the best surf beaches in Victoria. You got Bowen Heads just around the corner.
Yep.
Good fishing. Even the Bowen Heads Hotel, that joint goes off on a weekend.
Yeah, and I mean, if you really want to have some play a lot of golf, there's so many other options around too.
Yeah.
Like Queenscliff, Lewis, Port Arlington, even down Anglesway, Torquay. Like it's just
there's courses everywhere down here.
Yep. We've had an amazing time. We're so grateful. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time when Damien finishes yawning.
Yeah.